Hello and welcome to Table Talk. I'm Tom Ray, and joining with me is the legendary real estate one agent, Linda Ray. Hi, Linda.
Hey, Tom, how's it going today?
It is going fantastic, thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
The Linda Ray team does a lot of things for a lot of people. The Linda Ray team has several departments by which to help people. And today we want to do a feature on the senior department. So can you shed some light on the senior department that the Linda Ray team offers?
You know, you picked one of my favorites. I say that probably about a lot of them, but the senior department, I feel like, is so precious to work with the seniors. I am a senior, and that's another thing. Define a senior. I figure anybody 50 and up, right? But then we have the seniors too, which really needs some hand holding. And I love to do that. I know I'm fast and furious, but when it comes to our seniors, I really have the ability to be patient and listen. And I think they need to be listened to. They're going through a lot of critical changes in their life, whether it just be moving across town or across the state, which we're prepared for that too. We have great agents in other states to make sure that we hand them over to an agent that's going to treat them as well as we would in the state of Michigan and guard their money. I don't want to work real hard to make everything I can for them here and then turn around and have it wasted in another state. So that's why I've worked so hard to have vetted agents that can take them on, whether it's just across town to another city as well. A lot of times agents run them across town, but they don't know that much about that city. And I think that that does a disservice to the senior. So we refer them to somebody that we know that understands every detail about that city and will listen to them and make a list of what them and their families really need for that particular senior.
Yeah.
So I love working with them. I feel like we can protect them, and that makes me feel really warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, and it's all about taking the time, making sure that they understand what they're getting ready to do, and making sure that their family is available before anything's signed, so that they're handheld, if you will, through the process if they need it, right?
Yes, and the majority of them do if they haven't sold a house in a very long time. Not only that, but just starting from where do we start, Linda? We've got 30 years or 20 years worth of items in this house that all mean something to us. What do we do? Well, it's overwhelming, and I can understand that. We have that developed connections, local connections, so that people that are vetted again, that I can trust to go in there. I just did a condo with a senior, and I think I was there at least 15 times checking on people that we had go in prior to the move that was actually doing the measurement for the carpeting, the new tile floor, getting tile and so forth for the kitchen, whatever. And she was out of town. So we just jumped right in there and made sure that we were there to make sure that these things happened and were ordered, because you have to order them ahead of time. And I also know that with all of the seniors, or the majority of the seniors, you really need to have someone else watching what's going on. I'm going to call them the seniors. And as you said, we involve the parents or the children and family and make sure that everybody knows what's going on. I don't do any paperwork with them whatsoever unless the child is there or online or via email or something to see what we're doing and to approve it. Yeah. So that they know exactly what the parents are getting into. And I ask them to be on all emails and all conversations that is needed throughout the transaction. And they will also go over the closing statements with me prior to their close.
That's wonderful. And you kind of alluded to this, but are there several different companies that you deal with to help make this transition even more smoother? Like, for instance, moving companies and so forth.
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yep, it starts. We have a book for the seniors. It gives them the 10 steps to start with. And I love to meet with them and go over them, and not just as a sales pitch, but as I know this is what they're going to need, and to have answers for them, and a lot of them before they even ask. This is the person that we would have to help you organize. They have 4 or 5 people that can come in. Joe Gold is one of those particular people. She is so wonderful. She knows charities. She knows how to contact them. She knows how to organize. They don't gouge the people. They don't charge them a fortune. It's affordable. And they could come in there and help them get through the treasures that they need and listen to them and understand what they need to do. I can remember when my husband died, Joe came into my house with her group and was able to go through everything of his as well and make sure that nothing was not of value. They sent things to, Grace Center of Hope. They put things to Salvation Army, to Habitat. They just took care of everything, so I didn't have to do it. So I first-handedly found out how much that is and how nice it is to have that completely done. I remember Tim Crawford coming over to my house and picking up Mr. Ray's clothes and taking them to a very good place that somebody needed those. And we put a value on that. So I understand what these people are going through if they've lost a loved one, or if they're just having a hard time with the memories of their house, feeling that they're deserting or leaving their memories behind, because they're not. I share that with them. You really are taking your memories with you. It's just the next chapter of your life.
Yeah, absolutely. So what would be the next step for seniors to do, or even their children to do for their parents?
Well, we would have a sit down face to face or via Zoom or however they choose to make it comfortable for everybody. And, with COVID around, sometimes some of the seniors prefer to do that. I have gone to the different Cedar Brook and the different homes around locally and visited right there. I just love the seniors again, and find out what their needs are. Again, just good listening, first of all, and then knowing I have the answers for them, because they're pretty much always the same thing, the concerns that where do I start? Oh my gosh, this is so much to take on. What do I do? And again, Joe's not the only one. We have Joe, and then we have moving companies, we have cleaning companies, we have handymen go through their house that they're going to be putting on the market and honestly tell them what it's truly worth, and not just lowball it and get it out there for a quick sale. We're going to work for every dollar that we can for those people. They worked hard for what they've got. They're going to need it in the future. I want to make sure that they get top buck with the least amount of cost that's out there. No hidden fees for them. I want to make sure that the house is prepared so it gets top dollar by not doing some of the things that doesn't need to be done. It's not going to bring back any more value to them. They need to understand that. Replacing carpets sometimes is just a waste, because the next person might come in and rip them all out and put hardwood floors in there.
Yeah.
So we want to discuss all of those things and treat their home as if it was my own investment. And this is what I would do. This is what I would not do. And look at the highlights of the home and the lowlights, and then market it to the particular person that would have interest in that home and match them the best, bringing in the highest profit.
That's wonderful. And you always say that you encourage every person that comes to you to vet 2 or 3 or interview 2 or 3 different real estate agents, just so they can feel comfortable. And they can also go someplace else, but you know a lot of people that can be a blessing to them. But specifically the LindaReaTeam, because we have so much to offer. Is that correct?
It starts with that. And also, again, I like to be the watchdog on all of it and make sure that it's coming down the way that we expect it to on these people. But, once somebody that's been referred ever messes up once, they're off the list. It never happens again. And I do watch that closely. But, also the pricing today, too, they need to understand that houses are not selling like they did before. It may take a day or a week or a month to get these houses off the market. And that, again, is planning so that we know exactly when they're moving, what they need, whether it's a home, whether they're buying a home. I never suggest that they sell their house before they find a place to live. That's just a very bad place to put them in.
Yeah.
So we're very guarded on those types of things. And again, making sure that they profit as much as they can, and that we have the communication not only with the family, but with the senior directly as well, never leaving them out of the picture. Again, a lot of our 50s and 60s are very young seniors, and maybe they know a lot about making a move, but then again, most of them say to me, I haven't moved in a house for a long time. I need guidance. First thing you have to do is make them understand and allow them to understand that my guidance is not going to just be taking care of Linda. It's going to be taking care of them.
Yes.
And making sure that I get an A on my report card when the job is closed.
Yeah, that's good. So what do people need to do to contact you?
just simply give us a call, 248-709-3786. You can check us out on Google. You can get live reviews. I don't like the written reviews as much as I do live, because that way you can know how to contact those people, or you can know that they're legitimate. And we have a lot of reviews, but a lot from the seniors as well and their families. So we can share them with them. I think everybody needs to do their due diligence. And quite frankly, I think when I get a senior, I'm just really happy to see the families protect them also the way that they do. But then, of course, there's those seniors that don't have anyone to protect them. So I want to be there to do that.
That's wonderful. Linda encourages all of you to take advantage of all the resources that the LindaReaTeam has to offer. And you can give us a call or check us out on the LindaReaTeam.com, LindaReaTeam.com. And you can Google us and see what we have to offer you. We'll be here for you to walk you through every step of the process. Is that right?
I'd love to be part of their next chapter in their life. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Linda, for joining us today. And thank you all for listening and viewing today on Table Talk.